Hello, world. Welcome back to Golf Subpar. Colt, Knost, and Drew Stoltz. And wow, do we have a show for you today, Sleazy?
Yeah, coming in hot. Coming in guns blazing. Pat Perez on the heels of, Riviera, where he made some statements and they made some news. There's some articles written about that. And only right that we have the man in here. He's a friend of both of ours. Come in here and elaborate on some of those things he said. And he does just that.
It is a fun and interesting conversation we're going to get to. But first, got to give a big congratulations to Sepp Straka picking up his first PGA Tour win at the Honda Classic. My old caddy, John Davenport, on the bag. So pumped for them. Unbelievable finish. Birdies 3 of the last 5, including a birdie at 18 where he caught a rather nice break because a damn almost hurricane seemed like blew in there at PGA National. And he was able to hit his tee shot before, got it down there, had 197 yards in, whereas the final group of Shane Lowry and Daniel Berger were caught in the middle of that storm, really, really struggled with their tee shots. Ultimately, Shane Lowry parred the last to lose by 1 to Sepp Straka, but wow, another first-time winner on the PGA Tour.
Another Georgia Bulldog, too.
Oh, okay, yeah, keep going.
The shit continues for those boys. But, Sepp, good break. Those things happen in golf. Sometimes you get the good wave. Sometimes you get the bad wave. He got up there, got to hit that tee shot before the rain came in. The interesting thing was he hit it down there, and he had under 200 yards in. He had 175-mile-an-hour ball speed, according to Shot Tracer, on the monitor there. And then in the next group, when it was dumping, it went from not raining at all to just pouring. Daniel Berger got up there, hit a seed, 175 ball speed off the face, and he had like 50 yards further into those. So that gives you a little indication of just how hard it was going out there. And it changed the game. And Shane looked like he got up there. And you don't want to stay in the rain too long. Grips get wet, glove gets wet, but it looked like he moved pretty fast. And ultimately, Sepp did what you need to do and got that first dub. I feel like he wasn't even in the conversation a whole lot. It was mostly Berger and Lowry all day long. And then boom, all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, Sepp won.
Final round 66. Obviously, the talk was Daniel Berger with the 5-shot lead going in. Ended up struggling to a 4 over par 74. He had the big lead, and Shane Lowry had a 2-shot lead with 4 or 5 to play. Then all of a sudden, bam, here comes Sepp Straka. They weren't even really talking about him. Made a huge birdie at 14. Nice putt from off the green on 16, and then 2 great shots on 18 that allowed him to 2-putt for birdie and ultimately get that win. I mentioned John Davenport caddied for me for 3.5 years. We had a nice little run.
He's a beaut.
I finished 3rd at the Players and 4th at the Byron Nelson. I usually paid him every 2 weeks. So I wrote him a rather nice check. A week or so later, I was like, do anything cool with that money we made recently? He goes, yeah, I bought 2 Sea-Doos. So I'm very interested to see. I think Sepp made just over $1.4 million. So Davenport's cut around $140K. I'm interested to see what he does with that.
He's from that barn rat school of money management. I love it. What'd you do with that? I bought 2 Sea-Doos, dude. Appreciating assets. Yeah. What else am I going to do? Invest it like an idiot? Nope.
But congratulations, Sepp Straka. First PGA Tour win. First player from Austria to win on the PGA Tour. And as you recently learned, what's his real name?
Joseph.
Joseph.
It is Joseph.
Yes.
Despite popular belief, it is Joseph is his real first name.
All right, well, let's get to the man of the hour.
Yeah.
Pat Perez.
Stop beating around the bush.
We talk all things. His golf career at 46 years old. Happy birthday, by the way, Pat Perez. March 1st is his birthday. Shares one with my mother, which is just terrifying.
Wow.
But happy birthday to my mom and Pat Perez. But this interview, it's very, very interesting. Pat, he never sugarcoats anything. He's very open. He's very honest. We talk about his golf career, looking for the Champ Tour, the Saudi, and the Super Golf League, as well as Phil Mickelson. So
we get into a lot.
We're not going to spoil any of it. Let's get to it. Here's Pat Perez on Golf Subpar.
Okay, back by popular demand. Our guy, former ASU Sun Devil, longtime tour vet. We don't need to go through the whole resume. Point is, he's back here. He brought his own grape juice with him. What a guy. Pat Perez in the building. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic, actually.
You look fantastic.
By the way,
I wanted to bring that up early. You look great.
I've been doing fantastic.
You look relaxed.
And also,
haircut today.
Happy 46th birthday.
God almighty.
Yes.
Made it.
Did you know you share a birthday with my mother? That poor woman.
Lou Ann and Pat.
I'm also with Bieber.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
The Biebs.
3 legends.
Have you looked at famous birth? Because we had Bo Hostler on recently. He was like number 49 most famous birthdays on his day.
49 most famous bows.
Oh, shit. That was Bo's.
No, but it's spelled B-E-A-U. He did our podcast. He went up to 17.
Oh, yeah. He's
really?
right.
Yeah.
You're going to be high, bud.
Hopefully.
You got a little trim off the top today?
I took a little trim off this. I got rid of some of the drape. I just couldn't take it anymore.
What'd you tell him? How much off?
I said an inch, just 1 inch.
1 inch at a time.
An inch.
An inch matters. Dude.
An inch matters.
Inch is everything.
Right
An inch is everything.
Inch
Let me
is
tell you.
everything, bro.
When you're dealing with that toy cannon, let me tell you, an inch matters.
I don't need to tell you about it. You know. Tell me about this grape, because I know you're a huge grape dude. You brought your own.
I did.
This is special.
It was hard to get down here because I had to hold the glass the whole way down here, but it is what it is. This is my boy David Greavy's. This is called Double Eagle. It's from Napa.
Is that any relation to the Screaming Eagle?
No,
fam?
no,
Just
no,
another
it's
eagle.
It's Double Eagle. It's his own blend. Out of Napa. Great guy, David Greavy. I stayed with him at Napa this year. We drank some good stuff, but this stuff is fantastic.
How many bottles at the crib, at the Perez crib?
No, there's not that many. We're not collectors.
We drink them.
Yeah, we're not collectors.
They don't
We're
last
drinkers. No, I have a couple good ones. I have a couple really good ones. I don't know why I don't ever open, but we're drinkers. We go to Costco and we buy 4 or 5 cases at a time and we drink them. And that's just,
Not here for display.
What's
no,
the
they're
point
not.
of
They're not
having them?
display. They're not for display. They're for drinking. So we could open up, 6, 7, 8, 9 at any point and go. And once you start to get that level, you don't want to.
What's better? What's better than a
nothing.
nice
But that-
little
no.
glass of cab up at the Casa de
Absolutely
Perez
nothing.
up
So
on the mountain?
I'm not real collector type thing. Plus, I like to drink them.
Yeah.
I just drink them.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your golf game before we dive deep into some
Ooh,
fun stuff.
man,
'cause
we got some
you
fun
had a
stuff.
nice West Coast, 2 top 10s, San Diego and Pebble.
Yeah, I
your
got
favorites.
kind of sick at. I got kind of sick during the week of Century, and I couldn't go to Sony. I pushed it as far as I could, and I thought, you know what, I'm just not going to take the chance of getting over there and getting stuck or whatever it was. And I called H Sunday morning. I'm like, we're not going. So
He probably still went.
So
right,
that kind of sucked. But American Express, that tournament used to be so fun. We had the other courses. We were on Palmer Private and
Yes.
Nicholas Private, and we had the amateurs and the celebrities. It used to be such a fun tournament, and now it's on 2 courses I don't play well at. I haven't played well there since they went over there.
Well, they're sneaky kind of
They're
difficult.
hard. I mean,
it's not near as fun as the other one.
Stadium's not
Stadium
that
can
easy.
eat you
Stadium's
up if
not
you're
that
hitting
easy.
bad.
No.
And I've never made the cut there. So I drove over, had all these, I'm going to play well, and I didn't play well. I missed the cut by 1. I was pissed. And then I drove over to the desert, and Claude was there, and we worked all day Sunday. Played with DJ, played all day Sunday, all day Monday, Tuesday, started Wednesday, and by like Monday afternoon, I started to see a change because we made a bunch of swing changes and some stuff. I'm like, you know what? I think I can actually get this in play. And I played well. I shot 9 under on the weekend at Torrey, which is on the south
that's
is
golf.
pretty strong. I've never done it, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
And that's got to be cool because, you grew up there.
Yeah.
Obviously worked there. Your dad's the starter.
It was a great weekend. I didn't win, but I had played so shitty for so long that I'm like, this is like a win. I didn't win, but finishing 6th there on a course that's like 500 yards too long for me, that is a pretty good week for me. I'll take it. And then get to Pebble, same kind of stuff. Got off to a nice start and finished 9th there with my boy Michael Lund. We had a great week.
Great day.
The Great Dane. We had a phenomenal week. we drank incredible wine. His chef was there, Keith. We rented this small castle on the cliff for about 80 dimes that week. It was a phenomenal. It was awesome. So 2 back-to-back weeks, and then come here, bang, play normal like I usually do here. Missed a cut by 3. And
But you were back, though.
We got to talk about it. You're ASU Sun Devil.
bro.
You teed it up at the W at Phoenix Open. The crowd, some of the crowd loves you. I know.
some.
I asked you after you missed the
Most.
cut. I said, "How many people do you want to punch?" And you said, "How many were there?"
250,000.
No, to be honest with you, this week, this year was different. I don't know what it was. I didn't get a lot of action. It was they
What,
were
like
all-
the ticket requests and all
No,
the
no, but
bullshit
they were
or
all
what?
screaming at me. It was all positive. It was actually fun. It was noisy, but it was actually great. They were all kind of for me. It was awesome. And I just don't play this course that well. I don't know what it is. I can't get it close enough to the holes, after 2 shots. I just can't do it. And
That makes it hard.
I'm playing in front of Gary and Brooks, and on 6, one day I had 158 in, and I look back and Gary can like putt it. He can kick his.
some of the
he can
places
kick
they hit it.
He can kick it on the green from where he is. I'm like, bro, I can play from there.
Anyone.
Patrick
He must
Cantlay,
have 90 yards less than I did.
I believe on Thursday, the group in front of me was Patrick Cantlay. He had 92 yards into number 8. It's 480.
That's what I mean. He's like a sneaky long guy because he doesn't look like he hits it that hard. He's a phenomenal player, but I just don't see where these guys get this length.
Even in the playoffs, they was shipping it down there. He and Scheffler. Dude, Xander hit 8-iron into 15.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, that's stupid.
I played the pro and laid up with 5.
Yeah, of course, dude. You got to punch one there, and it's like hybrid.
It's just a different deal. You have to be long enough on that course to win, and Brooks is, and so is
But we've seen guys like
all
Ches
those guys
Reavie
have
losing a
decade.
playoff there. Obviously, have a great week with the putter. But
Ches drives it great. Ches drives it long, and he's got this knuckleball that kind of gets down there, and you have to putt great that week. Every week you got to putt great, but especially there because. For me, I just can't get it close enough. But I just don't hit enough good shots.
It's the guys that hit it through the air super far. Like there's some guys like Ches, he can buck the trend and play well there. But it's the dudes like Hideki plays great there, Brooks plays great there, Bubba's plays great there. If you can hit it 300 in the air in the desert, which it goes a little further, like those are the dudes.
I don't get it. I just for whatever reason, I play desert golf all year, and for some reason I get over there, I just cannot do it.
It doesn't even feel like desert, really golf.
Not like
it's not like Silver Leaf.
Literally drives me nuts. So
I know you're very hard on yourself, but you got to be somewhat proud of what you're doing right now. I mean, 46 years old, you're out there competing. You just finished 80th on the FedEx Cup last year, which I know you would obviously want better.
No, but I mean,
to do it year after year, you got to be pretty damn proud of yourself.
No, I am. I mean, this is my 21st year. I've never lost my card. It's
So let's just think about
that's
that.
tough.
There's kids that were just born when you were getting on tour out there playing and winning.
That's the best part is that Akshay, Akshay, whatever his name is, I don't know. Whatever. I won Q school 3 months before he was born.
Yeah,
and I played with him at Napa. I'm like, I think he's going to be a good player.
We just had Joaquin Neiman on the radio with us, and he wasn't alive when Tiger won the Masters. That's what got most of us into golf, and he wasn't even
incredible.
born for it. It's like
But that's what I'm saying. How cool is that
younger.
you're out there? You're still competing. Like, I use this example a lot of time because a lot of guys your age, they go into that kind of excuse mode where they say they're in the gray area, right? They're in the transition of, playing on the PGA Tour, they lost their card to get into the Champ Tour.
Yeah.
But you're still out there doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to get the Champ Tour.
I know
Don't get me
you
wrong,
can't.
but I'm not there yet. So I still want to compete for 4 more years, and I still think that I can actually, I may be able to win one. I don't know, but I know that I at least can compete and keep my card every year and get to the playoffs. I believe that. After playing Torrey and finishing shooting 9 on the weekend. If you can shoot 9 on that weekend there, I promise you can play damn near anywhere because that is a really hard weekend to play. And so that kind of gave me some confidence, and it took me into Pebble, and I'm 82 or something on the list now, and with a horrible start. But I do. I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of but like Stuart Sink won twice last year.
Yeah.
At 48, I think that's.
But
awesome.
there's not many of you that
No,
are able to
of course
compete
not. Brian
and do it.
Gay won at 49. Sink won twice. No, it's a rare deal when you get guys that play all the way until they're 50 in this day and age. Back in the day with the Haas, Jay Haas, these kind of guys, there was only a certain group that were playing, and they were always going to play until they're 50. But this day and age, with all the talent that's out there, all the young kids, all this amazing golf that's going on, the game's hard for me because I don't hit it that far, so I have to do it a different way. But yeah, I think it's actually pretty cool because some guys, I played with Taylor Moore last week, and I mean he hits it nice, great player, never heard of him. First time met him, nice kid. He played nice. He's like, this is my first year, 28, and this. And I'm like, God, I don't even remember 28. He's like, what year is this for you? I said, this is 21. He goes, man. He goes, that's a long time.
Yeah,
that's rare.
If you
Without
think
a
about it,
bad year.
21 that's a long time to be out there, and so. But it's cool. It doesn't. I'm not trying to fall in that gray area. Like, my age got the best of me. No.
Yeah. You just played your 500th event at Mayakoba.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's the amount of people that have played that many events. It's not a very long list.
No.
By the way, you've played 500. Do you know who's played the most ever?
Jay Haas.
No. Mark Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
803 or something.
Holy
like that.
shit, you're not even close, dog.
Dude, you got 10 more years.
You're just stretching your legs.
Does he even know that he has a family? I mean, does he even know he has a house? I mean, you played that many.
800.
That is unbelievable.
How many years? So how many was he playing a year? 30
Played every one.
plus.
He must have played every
You got to
one.
be playing 30 to 35
30 for 25
a year.
years.
But see, those guys back in the day, they had to
Sure.
play every event because every purse wasn't $12 million. When the purses were $2, $3, $4 million, you weren't making enough to be like, oh yeah, I made 2.5 this week. I'm gonna take a couple months off. No, they were making like, a great week was 25,000. So
It was different.
they played every week, and thank God Tiger came along, and that's what it was. That's what changed it. But these guys had to play every event every week, and now you look like Bernhard. I mean, the guy just won.
I mean, he's
64 years old and shot his age.
I don't know how
age,
that
incredible.
happens. And he's going against these 50-year-olds.
And he will still
that
be
come
out
up.
there when I get there in 4 years. That's what
100%.
sucks.
You got to
will.
start figuring out how to beat him
I'm
right
gonna run him
now.
over.
But
with
we
my
talk
car.
about we talk about records that won't be broken. Tiger's cut streak.
No chance.
I'm kind of confident Mark Brooks's number of tournaments will never be broken.
There's no way, because the kids today are making so much money. They're barely playing 20 events anyway. 803 events will never be touched in its entire lifetime. There's no chance. But even that's kind of impressive. But the Tiger cut streak is something we'll never. I mean, Spieth had it the other day. It was like 22 events in a row.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're 120 something away.
It's a sixth of what Tiger. I mean,
I think it's the most impressive stat in sports. Period. Sports. That sounds like
It's
we're
literally-
golf
it's
biased. I
literally
think it's the
incredible.
most impressive thing in sports. Not one bad 9 holes.
It's
One
a
9 can take you out of it.
No, exactly. And the thing about it is people don't really realize it because Tiger's been out of the game for a little bit of time now, so they don't really bring up these numbers. They love the young kids and this and that, and that's what's carrying the tour. And there's a lot of great talent. There's a lot of great kids, but when you start adding it up, you can take like the top 20 in the world. They're not going to have Tiger's career combined, which is actually amazing when you think about it. And that's what people seem to forget is what Tiger did back in the day. Just because he's not playing now, like, oh my God, this guy's won, twice in a year. Okay, well, this guy was winning 9 times in a year, and he did it multiple times. Very hard to do.
Yeah.
Very,
it's
very
winning
Let's talk
beyond.
about-
7 straight.
Let's talk a little Tiger because it's just been just over a year since his accident.
Yeah.
And, I mean, things are starting to come together. I mean, you look at the father-son. He
Yeah,
played.
he played
looked
nice.
He
He
just
did.
walked up all the steps at Riviera
That's
with
big.
no limp.
I saw that.
Are we going to see the cat?
I think we see the cat. I hope he gets to play St. Andrews one last time in a tournament.
So you're saying no Augusta this
No
year?
Augusta?
I don't think Augusta. That's a hard walk. That's a hard walk. He even said it. He's not really there yet. That's pretty wistful thinking. I think. He's not going to take a cart. He has too much pride
no
to take a cart in any event. It's not him. So, Augusta, he has the rest of his life. So, he also has the British Open, but he doesn't necessarily have St. Andrews. He's won there twice. I would think that it's a flat walk. I think he can probably get organized by that time, by July, but you just don't know. I mean, we don't really know the extent of what his.
It's just the walking is like
Yeah,
the
we
issue
just
because
don't-
we
yeah.
saw him at the PNC. Dude, he hit
He
174 mile an hour ball
He
speed
looked
out
great,
there.
but at our age, things take time to heal. And when you start, if you factor in, if he gets any sort of arthritis in there or whatever, you just don't know. I mean, I wake up one day and I feel like I got run over by a truck and I didn't do anything. So
But you always look incredible.
always, but
Of course, you're always relaxed,
But-
but
it's just harder at our age. I mean, he said it. It's harder at our age. I hope to God he gets at least to play St. Andrews one more time. Like he said, he won't play a full schedule, which sucks. But, if he can get back, I think if he can get back and play a full tournament, without any pain and play well, not necessarily win, but if he wins, that's like the ultimate miracle.
Oh.
That's like the fourth miracle
the
that's come
double-
across.
yeah, exactly.
That's like the fourth miracle that's come across in his life. But I think if he can actually come back and play, compete, and walk all 4 days, I think that's a win in itself. I think anybody would have taken that, a year ago, but we just don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Well, you are 3 months apart. You've known him for a very, very long time. Off the top of your head, give me a favorite Tiger Woods story.
Well, I can't really repeat many of them, but
Okay, one you can repeat.
damn, I wish I known that, but I thought about it. I don't know. I don't really have one, but him completing like the Tiger Slam, I don't think people kind of realize now because it's been so long since that happened. Like that probably won't happen again. I don't see any player in today's group winning the Grand Slam for one in a calendar year, or winning a slam like that, winning 4 in a row no matter
consecutive,
what time. I just don't see that ever happening again. One, the competition is incredible, but they're all about the same. Tiger was so far ahead of everybody that it was easier for him to do it.
yeah, he didn't have to go play great. It was like, just don't
No,
fuck up. I'm that much better. And
he was
I'll beat
so much
everyone.
better than everybody that was going to happen for him. Today, most of these kids are about the same. They're about the same talent level. So they all can win a major, but they're never going to win all 4. So I think that is the most incredible thing, really the most incredible thing, other than his cuts of what he did, because I don't think you'll ever see that again. But as far as like a Tiger story, I don't really.
No, that's one thing I think, and it's tough because these young kids do get compared to Tiger when they do something great, right? I mean, Colin Morikawa goes out and wins 2 majors early, and like, oh, how many is he going to win? Is he going to catch Tiger? I'm like,
unfair.
He honestly could end it too. I mean,
I still think, and I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. I think Jon Rahm is a guy for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to beat Jon Rahm consistently for a decade, and that's just my opinion. I think he's going to have the most majors when it's said and done. You know, we play all the time at Silverleaf, and I asked him, I said, you know, what are you going to do at 35 when you're done? He goes, I'm not done until I win 19 majors.
That's his mindset. He wants to.
He goes, if I play
everyone.
till I'm 55, I will play till I'm 55. I'm not going to take off golf until I get to 19. Whether I do it or not, doesn't matter. But I am not quitting until I pass Tiger on that list.
That's interesting to hear you say, because Colt and I talk about it. We talk about, I think his bad golf right now is the best in the world. Like, he plays shitty and he finishes 9th.
Bro, he hasn't even started to get going yet. I mean, he finished 2nd and 3rd back-to-back weeks, and it wasn't that great. Believe it or not, it wasn't that great. For him, he expects so much, and what I see every day at Silverleaf with him, I play him 5 days a week with him. He hasn't even really gotten into a kind of a pattern of where he can win like 5-6 times in a row. I think that he can actually do that because I don't see him getting hurt. His mindset's incredible. His swing is not one that's going to get him hurt. Mm-hmm. He has so much fuck you in him. It's unbelievable. Which is, people don't believe. People take it as cocky and this. No, it has nothing to do with that. He does not want to lose. Michael Jordan didn't want to lose. Tom Brady does not want to lose. Tiger Woods did not want to lose. They have so much fuck you in it. It's unbelievable.
And you got to have that.
You have to have that.
Every Kobe, name them. Yeah. Go down the list.
And
dude.
they're not being pricks. They're not being, they're still loved. But they just have this, you're not going to fucking beat me. And that's just the way it is. And that's the way their mindset is. And I see that in Jon more than anybody. I see the other kids, they're very nice. They're almost too nice. I wish Rory would have had more fuck you in him. I think he would have won 10 majors.
Justin Thomas is another guy I feel like that has that.
Justin Thomas has it for sure, but I don't think he's going to beat Rahm over.
No, I agree.
Year after year, but Justin Thomas has that for sure. Yeah.
Rahm plays in a game for $200 at Whisbrook or whatever. That I've seen him break lob wedges because I'm like, dude, you're going to lose 200. You're fine. And it's not about that.
We search for 3 clubs every day for Johns. Yeah. There's a fucking club fired 40 yards. Well, oh, fuck, let's go. We got to get in the desert and pull shit out of our legs to go find John's wedge. And it's like, he does not want to lose to Ben Herman for $100. He does not want to lose. And I'm not saying that's what it takes, but that's how. But that's what he is. He does not want to lose ever, and that's why I just don't see any of these guys. You think about how fucked he got last year. He got fucked more last year than anyone I've ever seen in my entire life. The COVID thing at Memorial. Okay, then you don't give him those points, so now he doesn't. He's not leading going in, and then he fucking the bullshit thing they have it going on Tour Championship. The 2 wins, it cost him 2 wins and about another $12.5 million. That one, when
you do the FedEx and everything.
And probably a gold medal.
That one COVID thing and the gold medal.
Yeah. Which would have been crazy endorsements.
You think about how fucked he got last year. It's incredible. And he's still number 1 in the world. And he got 2 tournaments taken away from him.
And props to him because you talk about how fiery he is. Like, he handled that as well as you could, dude. There's a moment there where he come up to him on the 18th green. They do it in front of the cameras and all that. He could have lost his mind, and I think everyone would have been on his side and be like, dude, you're right. But
the tour handled that. The tour handled that very, very improperly. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't go down on the green and tell the guy in front of the whole
cameras, dude.
You get into scoring. You go over here. I got news for you. I would not have fucking left. I'd have said, you test me 3 times before my tee time off.
You might still be there.
I would still be there.
I'm good. I'm feeling better.
You are not just throwing me out. I will test 3 times before I go. If I give you a negative test, then I'm going. If not, then I leave. But I'm not just leaving.
All right, let's put you on the spot here. He says, obviously, he's not done until he wins 19 majors. Okay, he's got 1. Mm-hmm. How many does Jon Rahm end up with at the end of his career?
I think Rahm's going to have between 8 and 10.
Okay. I mean, that's
I think that's a legit.
incredible.
It's an incredible.
And that's an unbelievable amount. Most of these guys you talk about, like to get to 4 is crazy.
I mean, what Brooks has done is
look
incredible.
at the guys out there.
Brooks has won 2 U.S. Opens, 2 PGAs. I just see Rahm's game going anywhere, literally anywhere, any course, any conditions. With the mindset he has, he's young. I don't see him not. I mean, he could win it. He could win St. Andrews this year. It's only a matter of time.
Anywhere.
He can win anywhere.
He's one of the few guys.
Or he could win Bethpage.
I see him winning it. I also see him winning because people don't understand too. He doesn't just hit a fade. I've seen him draw this driver around the corner. So everyone says, like, "Oh, he can't win Augusta." He can win Augusta.
First off, it's the biggest horseshit ever that people think you have to draw it to win Augusta.
Yeah, you don't have
the
to
two guys that have won the most, Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods.
Fade.
Okay.
So, but they think, oh, he's only got one shot. No, he doesn't have one shot. He has all the shots.
And there's just nothing, like, name one thing that's not top tier. One aspect of his game that's not top tier.
Everything's incredible. Yeah. Everything is incredible.
The last few weeks, his putting has just been shit, but that happens. Some weeks you don't.
Sometimes you just don't putt that great, and, it is what it is, but he's still there. I mean, what did he finish last week? 25th, and he played horrible.
He made a 6-footer to make the cut.
Yeah, he makes it, and then he finishes 25th.
It's his D game. Probably. If you ask Jon Rahm,
D game
like,
at
that's
best.
about as bad as I can do.
D game at best. Yeah. But he is the guy, in my opinion, for the next decade. I do not see anybody being, number one more than him for the next decade. I just don't see it. And there's a lot of great talent. The Cantlays, the Morikawas, all these young kids, they have great talent, but they don't have, in my opinion, what Rahm has as a whole.
That's fair.
We
that's what I
try
see.
to tone down how much we wave the pom-pom.
Well,
That's what I see.
I'll be honest. This was a nice appetizer, but it's time to get to the main course.
pour yourself a glass, maybe a couple more
Because
inches
I don't know
on
if
that
you know,
thing.
Pat, there's been a little bit of talk going on lately about the Saudis, the SGL. I don't know if you heard about it at all.
You haven't talked about it much, but other people
And
have
one
talked.
Phil Mickelson, fellow Arizona State Sun Devil,
really?
who's made some noise. Give us your thoughts on all this, because this Saudi thing, we've been talking about it for a year now, basically. It comes, it goes, it comes,
That's
it goes.
the thing. It's been too much talk.
But now it finally felt like it was here. Things were happening. They have the guys. They're going to announce it Players Week. And then, bam, here comes Phil's comments.
Yep.
And then here comes Bryson DeChambeau and Dustin Johnson pulling out, along with
Name them. JT,
Justin Thomas, Xander, Rahm, Colin Morikawa, everyone. Where do we stand right now with the SGL?
I think the SGL is going to get some players, but they're going to be very disappointed in who they get. They're going to get some older players like my age that are looking for a check, don't really care about playing the tour anymore, looking for a check and going, you know what, give me my 30, 40, or whatever the hell it is, and I'll do what I need for you, and that's it. I think that's.
But what is the point of that? Like, no offense. What's
exactly.
the point of having 40-year-olds?
That's what I said. I said that a long time ago. I said you're starting with the wrong group. The group that you have, no one's going to follow. Phil, Poulter, Westwood, Stenson, Rose, Adam Scott, nice players, really nice players, had a nice career. Some have won majors. But not going to lead the charge for the younger group, because the younger group is like, we want to win majors. We want to play. And there's so many things that are always up in the air. Can we play the majors? Are we going to get enough world ranking points that we're going to be able to stay in the majors? These are things that people don't understand. There's been certain players that are not in the top 50 that we're going to go to this thing and go, well, am I getting enough points to actually qualify the majors, or am I just going to play 10 events and be done, take my money, and kind of disappear in the wind? That's a big decision from these guys. And I don't know. I don't see, Greg Norman is leading the charge on the whole thing. And you got Phil. Okay, two guys that, one, nobody really even knows Greg Norman anyway. Okay, none of the players today really know him because he's, 65, and he was number one in the world, and he was a phenomenal player back in the day, but he doesn't really know the young talent of today. And then you got Phil, who, is trying to lead the charge, but his apology was such horseshit in the fact that he thought that he was trying to better players, and he was in it for one reason. Anybody thinks that he wasn't in it for his own pocket and his pocket only is fucking high. I mean, they are fucking crazy.
What do you mean by that? No, I'm kidding.
He was in it for himself, and why he went down two different avenues to basically bury himself in both, I can't figure out. I can't figure out. He could have done this in such a different way. He could have gone, you know what? I've made a fortune on the PGA Tour. God bless the PGA Tour for taking care of me and giving me a place to play and this and that. But I feel like I want to go down this other route to kind of close out my career. Thank you, everybody. It's been phenomenal. But you know what? I thank you, Jay, and everybody else, and Tim Fincham, and all these other guys for the PGA Tour. But I think I'm going to go down this route. Goodbye. That would have been very easy. He was not doing it for a guy like me to put more money in my pocket. He doesn't give a fuck if I live or die. He doesn't care if I play in the tour or not. He did it solely for himself to make more money. But why he needed, when you've made 800 to basically damn near $1 billion like he has made, why are you so desperate to make another 100 and change so fast?
It seems to me like we talk about this on our radio show all the time. I mean, it really started to get fired. He started to get fired up with when the matches started because the tour was charging him $1 million.
And I get that.
Yeah,
I actually
get it.
get that.
That sucks.
That's ridiculous. He's bringing the action. He should get that money. The tour shouldn't get shit. So on that side, I'm actually with Phil on that side. I get it.
But
that seemed to be the catalyst for it all. I think that pissed him off so much. He's like, "What right do you have to take money from my thing?"
But he was still getting his money.
He had to give just a little piece of it.
Yeah, but it's like he had to write a check out of his own pocket. But it's not like he had to write $1 million check out of his own, $4.5 million he got or $5.5 million from the Tiger Phil match. It's not like he had to give away his deal. TNT and the sponsors had to give the tour money. It's not like it came out of Phil's pocket. So
right, but
why was he so mad about it?
He's like, otherwise that comes to me. Like they're taking $1 million off the table.
That's where he's nuts because it didn't come out of his pocket. He was lucky to get that match anyway, and that match sucked, and it should have happened like 10 years ago.
It's like Pacquiao.
It should have happened 10 years ago.
Mayweather.
I went to the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. That was the worst fight I've ever been to.
Worst.
Like
the worst.
I get the play of trying to get some leverage to make the PGA Tour come.
I do too.
But the things he came out and said, the obnoxious greed.
It's brutal.
I'm like, man, the tour's taking pretty good care of everybody. I mean, you played out there 21 years.
Yes.
I played out there for 8, and things
are
pretty damn good.
And we didn't make $800 million like he did. I mean, he made $800 million plus because of it, because of the PGA Tour. So how can you get people to feel sorry for you? Of all the money you've made on the PGA Tour, you can't do it. It's impossible.
And this comes on the heels of him winning the PIP, which is a direct result of
their being $8 million for no reason.
Let's give more money to our stars. He got all of it.
Like I said,
the lion's share.
Like I said, he shouldn't have gotten a dime. The other 8 that should not have got a dime as anybody else. Tiger should have got 40 and said, we owe you the 0 over the next 10 years, okay? We owe you $400 million. Thanks God for what you've done. We don't know anybody else shit. We don't know anybody else shit. You guys are getting nothing. Tiger's getting 40. Sorry, Phil. Thanks for coming, but you're not getting anything. I mean, Tiger put out one swing. How many views did that get that day? 40 million?
The first swing he put out, I clicked on it. It showed up on my Twitter, whatever. It was like released 17 minutes ago, and it was like 2.2 million. I was like, holy God.
That is the winner of the PIP.
What other human could put a video out and get that many clicks?
Nobody. I've said it 100 times. I could win 3 times. I'd have to streak 3 times, and I'm still not on the list.
You'd have to put the green jacket on, naked, and
I have to kick somebody in the nuts on the way out. One of the other jackets. And
you make a video with our guy from Houston, you might have a chance.
Maybe,
possibly. Don't put that off the table, but
maybe. But I just don't understand the Phil thing. I don't understand why he went about it so wrong. He could have, and I understand if he was actually trying to help the players and this and that. He did it completely wrong. I don't know how he could have done it more wrong, but you're not leveraging by using the Saudi group to get us more money. You were trying to fill your pockets. You were trying behind everyone's back to get players to sign so that you could get your big golden paycheck in the end and then take off. Because I got news for you. If that fucker gets $150 million, you think he's going to apologize to anybody for what happened? If it would have gone down Sunday night where he gets $150 million as a check, you think he's going to apologize to anybody? No. He's fucking gone. He's gone.
Let me ask you this.
He got nothing.
Yeah.
And he found himself on a fucking island by himself.
He's got no home. He pissed off both sides.
What did I do? He goes, what the fuck did I do this week? And I'm sitting here by myself. And I got nobody. I got to do something.
The Saudis are pissed at you. The PGA Tour is pissed at you. And now the players. You get not just players, but the top players are pissed at you. He's just a man without a home right now.
It doesn't matter if I'm mad at you because it doesn't matter.
But when Rory starts speaking out, JT starts speaking out. Then things change.
Yeah, when you call the other, basically the second biggest, well, it is the second biggest name in my generation. You call them egotistical and this kind of stuff.
That was a shot.
That's a big blow.
Was a big
and I'm
shot.
proud of JT and these other players for doing that because Phil was not working for them. Whether they believe it or not, he was working to fill his own fucking pockets, and that was it. And if he got that money on Sunday night, he had been fucking gone, and that would have been it. There'd be no apology and been like, you know what, guys, I won. Suck on it. That's what he would have done. That's what he would have done. I promise you.
I love you.
There's no apology.
Run for president.
I agree. You should.
But that's what would have happened.
I don't disagree with you, dude.
The other big name involved with that was Bryson, which I think surprised a lot of us when he said,
I was
as
shocked.
long as the best players in the world are on the PGA Tour, that's where I'm playing. Because he was the guy that looked like he was going to be the face of that
was the
tour.
face.
He left some wiggle room in his statement.
He
but
did.
You know
I
what
would
I mean?
love to
They're
know.
all
going.
just statements. Like,
Yeah.
they can change
exactly.
their mind. They're all statements.
He left some wiggle room, but he was.
I kind of know what happened with DJ. I can't really,
Yeah, you
put it
don't-
out there. But
Yeah, you're gonna smoke.
Bryson was totally a shock. Someone got to Bryson and said, this ain't going to work, or something along that line, because he was not far behind DJ in his statement saying, I'm going with the PGA Tour. So who got to him? Because if you got $135 million offered, that's a lot of money to turn down. Let me tell you.
a lot of good
that's
golf.
a lot of fucking
A
money.
lot of good golf.
He will never make that kind of money on the course. It'll just never happen. But, I mean, someone got to him.
Do you think it was someone, or the fact that all these other names had already fallen in line? He's like, dude, what am I going to do? I'm going to be the only top 10
not a
guy
top
in the
10
world
player in
over
the world.
there? Like, no, I'm not going for that.
I think.
Do you think it was a person or the fact that everyone else said no?
I think it was a combination of both. I think it was both. And I think maybe it was one of the Saudi groups when Phil started going down his track, one of the guys from the Saudi said, hey, Phil fucked himself. He's out. We're not doing this. I mean, we're never going to get the real story, unfortunately.
But they're definitely
just
still
bits and
trying to do it
pieces.
because
Yeah, they're going to try to do it because they're aligning with the Asian Tour. But the problem is, Greg Norman, the Asian Tour, is not going to move the needle for anybody because if you don't have anybody in the top 100 that plays the PGA Tour, no one cares.
It becomes AAA baseball.
Go have your
You don't
$20 million
watch
purse.
AAA
It doesn't
baseball.
matter. No,
They're
exactly.
good baseball players. Nobody's watching it.
I
You
can
want to
listen
see
to
the major leagues.
that's my whole thing. There's no way they continue to do $20 million a week
No way.
purses with the highest ranked player being 25th in the world.
Yeah,
Like, that's just
There's
pointless.
just no way. And then all the way down to like 250 or 300 because you're playing the Asian Tour.
But then you look, and it seemed like, I mean, as Rory said, he goes, this thing's dead because no one's going. But then, Greg Norman writes a letter to Jay Monahan, saying, because Jay's whole deal was if you go play this tour, you're banned from the PGA Tour for life. Well, Greg writes a letter saying that's not true, actually. You can play wherever you want, and don't think this is the end. This is just the beginning. So obviously, they still have some
They're
kind of
done with
plan.
it.
I guarantee there's players, it's not who they want, but Jay may just say, you know what, go ahead, go do it. Because, you think about the guys that have signed. Let's say, I know there are guys that have signed. I can't give names, but I know there are guys that have signed. If they go, or let's just say they try to get out of their deal, how are you going to argue with that group and go, you know what, I signed, but, I was fucking with you, I'm out. They're going to go, the fuck you are. You are here, and you are going to represent us, and that's it. So those guys are probably wishing to God they didn't sign now.
Okay,
Do
but
you
let's throw
think-
it.
Okay,
Let me
go
just
ahead.
throw one other example out there real quick because yes, that possibly could happen. But let's just say, you know what, we're going to carry on with what we got, the SGL, and you got player A who's ranked 44th in the world who goes over there, plays 2 weeks in a row for $20 million,
Yeah.
makes $5 million in 2 weeks, and then these guys at home are saying, "Shit, this thing's going."
It's real.
It is, and
That's the interesting part.
I get that part of it. But are you going to drag enough guys over there because you had so many people? I don't think it's actually going to happen. I really
Do
don't.
you think they play an event? Any event ever? Does SCL hold an
I think
event?
they're going to play. If I'm guessing, I think they play like 3.
My thought is they have so much money. Okay, let's just say, here's
think
the
that's
deal.
their only
We're
play.
going to show them we're for real. We're going to put on these events, and we're going to sacrifice $60 million for the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're going to show the top players we're for real. And this is going to happen.
Well, it's the same thing as the horse league. They have that race coming up over in Saudi. It's a $20 million deal, horse race, and all the top horses go over there because first place is $10 million.
Yeah.
So they do show up. I think the problem. I think what the Saudis are going to get pissed is that they thought they could buy anybody, and they realized these guys aren't horse, and they're not. You can't buy them. That's what I think. They thought, oh, we can buy these guys. We have all the money in the world. We can just buy these guys. Well, I said it from the start a year ago. They're not paying enough money. You're going to have to give everybody $200 million plus before you really start to see anybody go that way. And it's actually got to get in their account. You
got to see that it's real.
It's been a year of talk.
It's all talk.
Literally talk. Oh, we're going to give you X. We're going to do this. Where is it? It's been a year later. We still have nothing. Where is it all? Where is it? We don't have top players. You know, we've got our leader in charge, Phil, who's shit all down his throat. He's got nothing to do with it. Bryson took off. DJ took off. So now we got a bunch of 45-plus-year-olds, no young stars of any kind. This guy might get in a polo or something. I mean, who knows? You know, I mean, I just don't see it.
Did they come to you?
No, they did not come to me.
That's insulting.
No, I don't care. No way. I'm not the
I know
name.
some of the names that have been like. I know guys that people like to watch.
I'm not the name. I'm not the guy. I don't have high enough anything to where these guys would come to me. But even still, you know, even if they came to me with a small number and said, "Well, we'll guarantee you, you know, 5 years of 10 tournaments at 20 million apiece," it still wouldn't be enough. It just wouldn't, because they would have to give me enough money that the 10 years I'm going to play in the Champ Tour, plus what I'm making the next 4 years, and my retirement's going to stop kicking in now. They'd have to give me all that. They're not going to give me a fucking eighth of that.
Do the pension and the retirement and the stuff like that, if you leave and left the PGA, do you forfeit that?
You don't forfeit it, but it starts, like for me, so, which is actually amazing. Well, I don't know actually about it. I'm not going to say Tiger, but let's say I didn't play 15 events this year.
All right.
On my 46th birthday, like next, you know, my 46th, now I'm 46 now, my retirement would kick in.
As soon as you don't play 15.
As soon as you don't play 15 events by your 46th birthday,
you're live on
your shit's coming in.
Okay.
Now you can take it and obviously reinvest it again, but you're talking about putting back a quarter.
If you didn't play 15 and then you said, "I'm going to the SGL and I'm playing over there now," does it go away?
Stop. Yeah, it's all. No, it doesn't go away because they can't
just take it.
They can't they can't actually take it, but it all starts.
Okay.
It all starts. It stops growing and it all starts. So you take me another 14 years of what's in there already, plus another 4 years, plus another 10 on the Champ. You know, the number for me has to be so big. They would never give me anything near that. So,
and they'd have to do that for everybody.
Yeah, they'd have to do it for everybody. That's why they said, "Oh, we got 1.65 billion." Well, you're going to spend all that just trying to get anybody to fill your 48-man roster.
Let me ask you this, because the big threat was like, if you go over there, you can never play the PGA Tour. You're banned again. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, 5 of the top 10. Name them. JT, Rory, whoever you want to name. DJ, Rahm, go, and they commit. And 10 of the top 20 commit. And they go over there, and this thing sucks. After 8 weeks, it's not what they thought. Like, this sucks. I want to come back to the PGA Tour. Do you really think that the PGA Tour was going to hold them to that and say, sorry, 10 of the top 20, we don't want you here anymore?
No. As much as I love the PGA Tour, I don't think that they have. If you have... And I always use the AT&T. I always use Pebble for some reason. I don't know why. Let's say Pebble Beach is going on, and you got Jon Rahm, JT, Morikawa, Cantlay, Xander. Name them. Name 10 guys, right? And they show up and they call up to, I think it's Randall Stevenson, the CEO, and say, "Hey, what's up, brother? We want to play, but the tour won't let us." What do you think he's going to do? He's calling Monahan going, "These guys are playing, or my fucking check is gone. Take a pick."
Totally agree.
Guess what? They're going to play.
100%.
But I'm actually just glad that I'm actually glad.
But if the top guy's the 45th ranked player in the world, they're going to probably say, "Screw you! You don't move. You ain't calling the CEO." And he's
like
saying,
me.
"Come."
If I call Jay, "Hey, fuck, what's up, brother? Didn't work out, but I'm coming back. Who's this?" Yeah, we could use you for valet. That's about it, because we don't need you for anything, because you're nobody.
The other part of this whole deal was the major championships.
Yeah.
It was talked about whether they could still play. And there was talk that, yes, they could play the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the British Open. PGA of America was siding with the PGA Tour. But we talk about this, like, say these major championships do side with the PGA Tour and say, "Hey, you know what? If you do this, you're not going." But you're telling me at the U.S. Open, if 5 of the top 10 in the world aren't there, like, they're not going to be like, "This is not. This does not look good."
That's why. But I think Augusta has so much control. Personally, I believe that there are certain players that got a call, or they got some sort of deal that said, "You're not going to be able to play here if you go that route." And I think that's kind of where things change, because Augusta leads the entire operation. I'm just glad that I hope it does. I hope it does take a shit, because the PGA Tour is incredible. And for a guy like Phil to bitch and moan over the $800 billion he made, it's the same thing when he complained about California taxes to the media. Like, anybody fucking cares about your problem.
Everyone
when you're making
hates the taxes,
$60 million.
You're not gonna get any sympathy.
Here's an idea. Fucking move. Here's an idea. Move. Okay, move. You got 3 million people in California who don't have a job. You think they're fucking worried about your, $20 million tax problem you have? Because you got $100 million in property and all your other fucking bullshit that nobody cares about? No, they don't care.
Let me ask you one about Phil, because his statement that came out. He apologized to his fellow players. He apologized to the Saudis. He never once apologized to Jay Monahan and the PGA Tour.
That was the problem. He never apologized to the tour. He never apologized to Jay Monahan. He never apologized to anybody. He danced around like he does, and you know what? I hope he gets reprimanded. I hope he has to sit around a year or whatever. I hope he's gone for a while, because he really shot himself in the dick this time, because he thought he was bigger and better and smarter than everybody, like he usually does. Like that goddamn insider trading thing went down, right? Didn't go to jail. Martha Stewart went to jail. Me and you, we pull that stunt, we go to jail. Somehow he always fucking escapes from all this shit. No, but anyway, it is unfortunate. I will say it is unfortunate because, I wish that Phil actually had been fighting for us and not his own pocket, because I understand there are some things that Phil was trying to do that he's right. Media rights, certain things. And I'm talking about top players like him that have been in forever. He probably could have made another $400 million based on his name and his fame and all this thing. He could have probably made a lot more money based on what the tour, should have given him over time, because he's been one of the biggest names and biggest faces for 30 years. I mean, the guy was in the top 50 for 30 years. You know how incredible that is? It's incredible. I mean, there's another stat that
you haven't lost your card in 21 years. That's pretty damn incredible. But he's been out there beating people's heads.
But think
for
about that. That is another stat that will be very hard to beat. Is a guy that's top 50 is for 30 years. That's amazing. So I get what he was kind of doing, but overall he just did it wrong. He just did it wrong, and now he's on an island by himself, and unfortunately. He ain't gonna get that golden paycheck.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
So, is anyone looking to turn 50 more than you?
No. Shit, I can't wait to get out there.
You are the ultimate.
This will be in my cup holder.
H. Yeah, I'm thirsty. All right, you go.
I can't wait. H will have a moon bag. His bag will be the size of this cup with 14 clubs in it. That's it.
You might not even need for it. You're gonna be the best Champions Tour player.
God, I can't wait to get out there. So
you're all in on Champs Tour. You want to play it you want to do it?
Think about our sport. We have such an amazing deal. But this goes back to what the PGA Tour has done to help all of us players. We have this retirement thing at 50 years old that no other sport has, where you go, hey, if you want to go play, we're going to give you a cart, and if you win, you're going to make $300 to $400 grand this week.
And there's no cut.
There's no cut.
It's
3 days, couple pro-ams, member tee times, 10 to 12. It's incredible what the PGA Tour has done for us.
So good, dude. Now that you talk about it.
Think about how great that is, and I'm going to go and talk shit about what the tour owes me. Fucking tour doesn't owe me anything.
It's an unbelievable tour. I'm going to start.
The NFL doesn't have like a touch football league when you turn 50.
No, fuck, there's nothing. I mean, think about what we have. We have guys that go out and they make. I mean, Bernard Longer's made like $38 million in the Champ Tour. You know how much money that is after you're 50?
He's better than his tour career.
Way better.
I gotta look this up.
I'm gonna
keep going.
Just hearing you hype this thing and how great it is, and I've kind of at 48, I'm starting to fucking practice again. I'm getting back out. I got to do. I'm going to Q school.
But I mean, it's
ride in the
incredible.
car, you drink, you hang out. There's no cut, you make money.
There are some things like I argued last week. I didn't argue, but I said I don't think that you should be out $1. If you have your PGA Tour card 1 to 125, you should get X to start the year.
And if
you want to blow it for 3 months, go no, but it's insulting what they're giving us. It's insulting.
Yeah, 15 starts and you get.
I think it should be 250 to
50.
Yeah, I think it's 200 to 300,000. That's what you should get. If you want to blow it on 1 week, go ahead. If not, then Rich Lerner was talking last night. He's like, yeah, we got guys that say they're spending 125,000 a week on this. I'm like,
a week?
Doing what?
What are they
They're
doing?
like, oh, it's expensive. Rich is like defending, like, oh yeah, it's really tough to be.
What are you flying?
Top player.
Global Express.
Are you staying at
They got
Torrey?
trainers. They got chefs. They got homes. They got planes. They got that. I go.
You're getting robbed.
You don't have to spend $125,000 a week. I promise you.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive to do what we do.
But I agree with you. If you have your PGA Tour card, you should not lose money.
And I only use that because I had a friend that played about 11 years ago. He made $22,000 that year. Played shitty. Didn't have a great year. It is what it is. But he lost about $75,000 that year.
Yeah.
I got the same deal, dude. Buddy of mine made it through Q school back when you could get your tour card through there. He was a good player. Got out there. Lights were too bright, shit the bed, didn't play great, made no money, like hardly any money, couple cuts, lost a shitload of money, quit the game, then I had to go back cornbread. He's like, dude, I'm in debt, like I don't have.
Yeah, but this is part of the deal, and I've argued certain things against the tour, where Phil is actually kind of correcting these things where, they have got it made where club companies have to pay you to get any money. Why is the tour not giving us money?
I agree.
It's like an NBA player. You don't ever get off the bench. Hey, you're down $80,000.
Yeah, exactly.
That wouldn't happen.
I said a few weeks ago. I said you got guys that sit on the bench, never take their sweats off, making $9 million. And guess what? Private planes, Ritz Carlton,
pay for all your
$200
travel,
when you get off the
check
plane.
when you get off, cash when you get off the plane, shit like that. I'm like,
it's
Dude,
different.
imagine
it's
if
like
they gave
tennis.
every
It's the only
player
other
that
sport.
teed it up each week just $5,000.
that's what I said.
And how many every week she play? $5,000. It's nothing. It's
There's
a
your
drop in
caddy.
the bucket.
So this deal,
your
right?
travel.
So this deal that they're talking about proposed, all the players, the 15 event, 50,000. Guess how much it is? Guess how much it adds
For
up?
all the players, how much that
Everything
is?
for a year. Guess
I
what
mean,
that-
shit,
guess what
dude,
that's
I
up
don't
to?
know. Few.
$30 million.
14 million.
I was gonna say.
They
10.
gave away more than that in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all for charity. Believe me, it's great what the PGA Tour does when they line up and give charity, and that's I'm all for it. But whether you're, Tiger Woods or me, it takes everybody to fill the field and get everybody out there to actually donate that much money. So why, if you miss a cut, are you out money? I just don't get it. 14 million is this proposed thing that they're giving away, but now all of a sudden they're going to do 50 or 60 million for the PIP, which is horseshit. It's horseshit.
And they
I
don't
can't
even
even win that.
explain how you win.
I
or
couldn't
who
win that.
wins.
I couldn't win that if I won the Master. If I won the Grand Slam, I still couldn't win that.
And
It's
they don't.
horseshit.
No one knows the rules either. It's just
Nobody knows anything about it. Nobody knows the count. I mean, Rahm gave me the rundown of who actually won all the money, but it's a joke. I just don't understand how you can be out money if you are
the best.
you're 1 to 125 in a sport that people want to play from here to Florida. They're lined up to play the tour. That was the other thing I said last week about these Saudi guys. Go if you want to go, please. We will fill spots for you with a lot of other people. Go ahead and take your money and go. I told a person
There's
that.
no shortage of guys that are trying to get a tour.
I told a guy that in the hoop at LA. I said, "When are you guys leaving?" By the way.
So,
What do you mean? What do you mean? I said, "When are you guys leaving? Are you guys leaving soon? Hopefully."
last question on all this SGL stuff: are guys like open? You walk down the range over the last year, whatever it's been, and you walk down the range. Like, are guys open about like, yo, I just talked to them last week, man. They offered me this. Oh yeah, I heard that. I just got this offer.
They might be a little more open with me because I'm in their face. I ask them,
You're like, tell me.
I don't give a shit. I'm like, I don't even care what the number is, but I ask them, are you going? What's the number? What would it take? Because I want to know. And I tell them, look, I got nothing to do with nothing. I just want to know, one.
What's the market?
Yeah. What's the market? When are you guys leaving? That's not a question. Because I said, I wish the top 48.
I just moved up 20 spots.
I wish the top 48 would leave.
Yeah.
Because we get a field like Pebble.
You'd be at East Lake.
I mean, the problem is that some of the fields that we have guys that haven't had a card in over a decade that are filling some of the stuff. So
Yeah.
it would be a hit. It would suck if you got top 48 guys to leave because who knows? Maybe the sponsor would pull out and pull back and
Shrink.
it would just get ugly. I think it would get ugly. I'm glad that all the young talent stayed, and
It sounds like it's safe. Like the
I
names
think
that could have left and would have changed the game aren't. From what they've said, their statements say they're not.
no, they're not.
So-
They're not going anywhere. I'm glad that happened, and I'm glad that Phil took a shit.
And we're glad that we have you.
Yeah. Love having you, and we could talk to
With
you all
some
day about
double
this.
eagle. This is the best. Does it have
We're
to
going to
end?
get to something quick and fun to end this episode real quick. So we've done the emergency 9 with you before, but we changed it up for you a little bit.
Yeah, we're
And
doing a
actually, this
special
one
deal for
question that we asked to everyone now is different from the last time you were on. So
Oh, yeah.
you can trade lives with anyone for a day, dead or alive. Who's it going to be?
Phil Mickelson.
I knew.
Okay.
I was.
There we go. All
That
right.
is not true. That's the last person I would trade with at this point in time.
Oh God.
Last person in life I would trade with at this point in time.
I could feel it. You gotta be some like rock and
You
roll
are a
dude or
beauty.
something.
It would be it would be someone like a James Hetfield or someone in a major band that Axl
shreds.
Axl Rose
gonna
back
say,
in
you were an Axl
like
guy.
'86 or
Just
Slash
shredding.
Guns N' Roses. I mean something like that. God, that would have been unbelievable.
You'd be a.
I wish I could have gone down the Sunset Strip in the '80s when all that was going on, when Crew and and like Cinderella and Warrant and all these unbelievable big bands, Axl, and that would have been unbelievable.
You might be the one dude that actually slide into that and not.
That's the
and
shit
it wouldn't
I
look
missed.
weird.
But I might not have come out.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like if I was playing the tour and I got to hang out down the strip, I think I would have just been like swallowed up and been gone.
You could have been in that road life though.
Road life would have been nice.
Road life would have been bad for a while. You'd be sleeping under a bridge right now, but it'd
All right,
be
next
a
one,
hell
I'll
of a
go.
run.
Road life.
Okay, let's start the real thing.
I'll handle this ship. All
Okay,
right.
go.
Instagram, obviously very, very popular in the world today and also among PGA Tour players. Which PGA Tour player is most likely to buy followers?
Buy followers? That's a damn good question. Oh, man.
Could tell you who needs to.
Yeah, I know who needs to, but shit, buys followers. I can't even think.
I thought this would be off the top of your head.
I don't follow enough followers. I don't follow enough players. I don't know. I actually can't come with anybody.
All right, we can circle back.
I don't even know. I don't even know because I don't follow that many players. I don't really. Who has the most? Who has a lot? I know Tiger and Phil, obviously, but
I have no idea.
I have no
who
idea.
is-
I just assumed you'd say like Roy Sabatini or somebody
Oh, maybe.
with his hat.
Nah, Roy wouldn't. Sabo wouldn't.
I don't feel like he
The
cares.
silky
enough.
Slovakian.
It's got to
You
be
have
someone
to-
that cares about social media.
It's got to be someone that literally
like wants to be.
that wants to be in that
Yeah.
spotlight all the time. That's why I can't think of who actually like Max is funny, but he wouldn't buy any. He wouldn't buy anything.
No.
Bryson, it's all about his numbers. He wouldn't care enough. Phil, maybe I don't know. Tiger sure as hell wouldn't.
Next question.
I don't think Tiger knows how to log on to
No,
Instagram.
he doesn't
He's got
need
the
to.
most
He just
followers.
knows to put one
All right,
post
I'll
on.
stay on the social media here theme for a second. Player most likely to take a selfie at the gym before they ever break a sweat.
Bryson.
Okay. that was a fast
He also
one.
posts them while he's sweating. to be
There's a
fair.
lot of
He does.
gym selfies in the game right now.
It won't be me because I don't go there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Sure as hell won't be me.
It's like a workout doesn't count unless everyone knows about it.
All right, next one. Last year, you and I did this deal teed up for charity where
Yep.
we were coaches of celebrities.
Yep.
You had Nick Lachey, who's been known for many things, but he was a member of 98 Degrees. And you kind of had a little man crush on him. I feel like you were going at him a little
You
bit.
don't feel like
I
a
would
98
have-
degrees guy.
I would have him hard though.
You would.
I don't think we're friends anymore.
Okay.
I kind of went at him a little hard. I think.
It was fantastic.
Give it the Nick a little bit.
You wanted to be in the stands and getting sweat on. But, okay, hold
I
on.
had a lot of booze.
How are you going to be Axl Rose and Nick Lachey? That doesn't, that doesn't
There's
mesh.
no way. There's no
Okay,
way.
so which PGA Tour player most likely to be in a boy band?
Oh,
Ricky Fowler.
Perfect, okay.
he kind of already was with that.
He was though.
Golf boys. or
Him and
whatever.
Bubba and Hunter and who's the other one? Crane.
Ben Crane.
Ben
Ben
Crane.
Crane was in it.
Yeah.
Crane actually, he did some.
Ricky
he
could
did
pull
some
off
funny
anything.
stuff.
Literally, Ricky could pull off anything. I
Yeah,
mean, the
it
guy,
worked.
He could grow a horn out of his head
He
and
could
kids would
shoot
be
somebody
doing
and
it.
they'd be like praising him.
That's
just,
it.
He has it all. He has it all. Ricky has it all.
He does. All right, this one I'm interested to hear because I might have been this guy back in the day. But player most likely to ask to bum a chew as soon as they see you on the range.
Everybody.
Yeah,
I get
real.
it. I literally get it. I tell everybody, I said, I mean, they have these places that sell these things. They're called convenience stores.
But
get it
sometimes
from everybody.
you're running late, you don't slide in there, you need one to warm
So I
up.
gave one to Joel Damon. Funny enough, thinking about it just off the top of my head, I gave him a chew on number 10. He was like 1 under for the tournament. And we had to wait an hour on number 10 at Monterey. I gave him a chew. Over the next 27 holes, I think he was like 15 under. So that won't happen again.
You owe me a couple cans,
So
bud.
that won't
so
happen
that will
again.
definitely not happen
You
again.
owe me a can.
At least a can.
Yeah.
I get hit up all the time. Hey, man. Can
I
get
know.
Strillman's another one hits me up all the time.
Oh,
Bro.
he'll do it.
He's probably trying to hide it.
Yeah.
He is. He's like, hey, can I get a pinch?
I don't want to
like,
smoke
hey,
outside.
That's
hey,
good.
I
That's
don't wanna
good.
smoke
I'm like,
them
hey,
out.
fuck off. Go buy something.
I was that guy too, but the next day I'd show up with 4 and be
No.
like, hey, I
He hits me up all the time.
hit you
He
yesterday.
hits me all the time. Him, Strillman always hits me up like sneakily. Like sneaky. Hey, man,
I love that.
can I get a pinch?
All right, next one. There's no question the best nickname on the best and most fitting nickname on the PGA Tour is the Seagull, Charlie Hoffman. There's no doubt. So let's take him out of the equation.
No best.
What's the best nickname on the PGA Tour?
I don't even know the other ones. I mean, give me something. I don't even know. Who's got nicknames? I've heard Fig Jam a bunch, but that's a lot.
Figured you'd go with that.
But that's a whole lot of people.
I feel like old dudes had good nicknames, dude. Weisskopf was the Towering Inferno. You had Boom Boom as a Boom Boom's
I mean,
a good nickname.
I think the best one ever probably was Steve Pate, Volcano.
The Volcano.
I mean, that was.
yeah. I feel like you really looked up to him a lot.
The Blade.
Frankie the Blade.
Frankie the Blade, even though it was just a knife, though. We used to call him El Cuchillo, which is, Spanish for like, it's not really knife. It's kind of like, it's kind of like knife, but not really. But Frankie the Blade, I'll give you a quick story about Pate. So we're doing the thing for ASU, and Pate on 17 hits in the bunker on the right on 17, and he chunks it out. And he fucking starts running. He starts running through the bunker. I mean, he's got like 15 yards. He didn't just go out this way. He starts fucking running, right? Gets on top of the bunker, jumps, and tomahawks this wedge. And it goes... I go, fuck me, that guy.
That guy's, I like him.
That is my kind of guy. And this is 1996. I'm like, man, that guy's unbelievable. I found out his name was Volcano. That was unbelievable.
That is
He
great.
could go. He's still a beauty.
Oh, it's incredible.
He's
incredible.
unbelievable.
I don't even know. I don't know the other nicknames. That's the thing.
There's not as many dudes now with
Not
good
now,
nicknames.
I mean-
Like the old days had better ones.
I mean, Patty Ice. That's not really.
No,
That's not really.
Big
a name.
Beautiful. We just
Big,
settled on
beautiful
Big
Harry
Beautiful
Hicks.
because we
Harry
made it
Hicks,
up.
he's,
So
no, he is gorgeous.
He is a special
gorgeous.
dude.
I don't really know other nicknames. I don't.
Okay.
I don't really have one.
Seagull. That's all that matters.
Seagull. I mean,
Seagull's
Hoffman
solid.
wins by a landslide.
Yeah.
I mean, he wins a PIP no matter what.
100%.
On
And
that
it's
go.
catching some momentum. All right, I got two more for you. But player most likely to clog up an entire hole with too many putting aids on the putting green.
God, I
Just
keep
take
seeing it
over
all
a
the
hole.
time. It just happened the other day. Who the hell did it? I had to take the tees down.
Bryson used to do it.
No, new
You
kid.
had the whole like enclosed thing that was.
Who did it the other day? I want to say Zalatoris does it. I want to say, who the hell was the other kid that did the other day? He had like 15, 20 tees. I'm like, bro, this green's not big enough out here at Riv. The greens are like the size
Oh,
of
yeah.
here,
Pretty
right?
small there, yeah.
Took the whole thing. I don't know who I can't remember who the hell it was. Can we talk about iron covers though? By the way, can we talk about?
There's only one guy, right?
So I mean,
Aaron Rye.
Aaron Rye.
I mean, iron cover man. We got Iron Man, iron cover man,
Yeah.
and the two gloves and the iron covers. I'm like,
He's got
bro,
the whole deal.
and he's slow as fuck too. Fuck guy couldn't be any slower on
Is
top
he?
of it.
I
Fuck
didn't
couldn't be any
see
slower.
that.
I'm like, I don't even know the fucker. I don't even know the guy.
Well, he's
but
got to take the head cover off and put both gloves
I don't know
on.
who
He's
he
got
is.
a lot of stuff to
but
do.
I got behind him in the pro. I'm like, who in the fuck is this guy up here? Iron covers, two gloves. I'm like, taking forever. I'm like, what are we doing out
Dude,
here?
he's got a lot of action to get
What are
ready
we
for
doing
a
out
shot
here?
even before he starts.
Like, what are we doing out here? Come on. It's not just you.
Iron covers.
Iron cover,
All right,
man.
my
real
last
deal.
one.
God.
I feel like I know the answer to this.
I
but-
got one like good positive one.
Yeah,
after you.
no, you're 46 years old. You can win one more PGA Tour event before you call it quits. No major, no players. What's it going to be?
Torrey Pines.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I should have said or Torrey
Like a
Pines.
top 6 this year. You know what I mean?
Was that your best finish?
I finished second. I lost to Stallings, 8 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I literally played that in my mind. For me to finish top 10 at that tournament is
That's golf.
It's beyond
If
golf.
you're
To
bad
shoot-
at anything out there, it's going to show up.
Oh, anything. I mean, to shoot 900 on the weekend there, I swear to God, it's the best golf I've ever played in my life. Even when I won.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
All right, here's a positive because we've been doing like embarrassing ones. All right, player most likely to go to caddy dining and eat with the caddies.
Me, I've done it 100 times.
That happens actually more than you'd think.
I do,
Yeah?
yeah,
Are there
that
a
happens
bunch
all
of
the time.
dudes?
Yeah.
Especially when they had that caddy
Caddy
wagon.
wagon.
Yo,
The
I've been
caddy
to
wagon
caddy
was
dining
crazy.
one time a year. I'm in there. I don't see nobody coming in to eat with us.
Bro, the caddy wagon was unbelievable.
There's
It used to be-
Colonial.
The caddy wagon used to be incredible. But I'll tell you what, there is some bad food. Those guys, I mean, they get treated like...
Some weeks the
Yeah,
food was
dude,
so
I
bad in
felt-
player dining. The caddy
yeah.
wagon was a very popular spot. You can get a sandwich, chips, it's like $2.
It's, I mean,
respect
literally, they get
Take care
get
of
treated like prisoners
At
sometimes.
Pebble, it was Chipotle every single day.
I was in there. Oh,
That's
I was in,
that's
I was,
all I need.
I was there every week.
I was down
I
there,
was in
though.
there.
First off, you're wrong about Colonial. A lot of players eat the one down there because they have a barbecue.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, of
dude. I
course.
was there last year. One year, I was in the
you were-
corner
you were
thinking
in the
I was
corner
getting
pouting.
fined. I was like, "Fuck, how am I gonna
I
handle
ate
this?"
Chipotle
But
every
no
day of the day.
one single player in that piece when we were down there. So.
Pat Perez, you are an absolute beauty. Never change, my man.
Don't
Thank
ever.
you.
Nah, don't
Hey,
worry.
love you.
Don't worry. I won't.
Beautiful. All right, well, that was Pat Perez joining us here on Golf Subpar. And, whoo boy, that one was fire, Sleaze. Obviously, some very interesting comments there at the end with Phil Mickelson. Obviously, some personal stuff they have going on. But like I said, one of the reasons I think everyone loves Pat Perez, he's one of the most popular guys on the PGA Tour, is he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He is just very honest and lets you know how he feels.
Yeah, it was spicy. I mean, there's some things in there that we heard him talk at Riviera. We wanted to give him an open platform to come and speak his mind. And I think it's clear that we be very clear that like this is a platform, Golf Subpar, where We let anybody come on. You want to talk about, we don't tell you what to say. Hey, come on and give this take or whatever. You come on, you speak your mind. It's a safe place. Right now, Phil's getting, he's getting it from a lot of different angles right now. And I just want to be clear that, like, anyone that's on Phil's side, we're happy to have a conversation in support of Phil if there's somebody out there that wants to make those points too. But Pat is a friend of ours. He had some things on his mind, and we're a platform where you can come and speak your piece. And that's what Pat did. And it was very interesting diving into that and kind of peeling back the layers from some of those statements he made at Riv.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he loves the PGA Tour. He's been out there for 21 straight years, just an unreal career. And he's passionate about the PGA Tour, and he supported the PGA Tour. He is not for this Super Golf League and the Saudis. And, I mean, all we can do is ask a question. And he goes where he wants to. And
people think.
Yeah, he's honest about it. But he's just so much fun to talk to. He's very fiery. He's very passionate. I mean, talking about, turning 50, which is still 4 years away, by the way. He's so excited to get out there. He's built for the PGA Tour champions. I've never seen anyone more excited to get older than Pat Perez.
No, he's like that gray area, that 45 to 50, where guys kind of aren't good enough to play on the PGA Tour anymore. They're waiting for the Champ Tour. Pat's clearly good enough to still be on the PGA Tour. He's just coming off a couple of top 10s at some tough tracks. But he's just chomping at the bit right now. I think he's looking forward to that more than anything. And, dude, he's just the guy that, we show up, I see him in the parking lot. He's already got a bunch of energy. He's sitting there holding his own bottle of wine. He brought a glass. Like, he's ready to go. It doesn't take a lot to wind up Pat. And he's just always fun to talk about. No matter what the topic conversation is, Pat's got something to say about it. And I think he's a breath of fresh air just in the world of sports, not just golf, where there are so many guys that are so scared to say what they actually think. They might get in trouble. Pat doesn't subscribe to that theory at all. He's going to tell you exactly what he thinks. If you don't want to hear it, don't listen.
He's very incredible at swirling the wine, too.
Oh, he ain't no rook.
He's a professional
first time
wine swirler.
Yeah.
And apologies to Aaron Rye, by the way. I don't even know how that came up.
That was out of left field.
He just threw that out there.
That was just like a stray bullet that just came in. They were on one side, just shot to the head. Kill shot right there for him. So, yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was our second episode with Pat Perez. I'm sure it will not be our last.
Yeah, without question. Pat's got an open forum, and like I said, anybody on Phil's side that wants to come in here, Phil himself, anybody that wants to come in and talk about that, we're all ears. We're on both sides. We don't take sides. We just provide a place for you to speak your piece, and Pat did that.
All right, well, it's time to make everyone out there some money with our people over at FanDuel. Step up to the tee and take a swing at betting the PGA Tour on FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can place their first PGA Tour bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a range of betting options like outright winners, head-to-head matchups, nationality props, and so much more. And when you win, you get paid fast. How fast, Lees?
Within 2 hours.
But you can do all kinds of things. You bet top 10, top 20, top 30, matchups, birdies, all kinds of
Anything
stuff.
you want.
Who's better than FanDuel?
Taste it.
All right, so go low this summer and bet on the PGA Tour. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code SUBPAR to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Remember to use code SUBPAR to get this special offer today. FanDuel Sportsbook, official betting operator of the PGA Tour. Must be 21 years old and present in Arizona, Connecticut, New Jersey, or New York. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777, or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, 1-800-GAMBLER in New Jersey, or 1-877-8-HOPE-NY, or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369 in New York.
Don't worry about any of that. Just
we
keep
are
firing.
on to the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Huge event out there. One of the tournaments where if you win, 3-year exemption. Obviously, a very, very big purse and a very strong field. So it's time to get amongst
the house
it.
that Arnie built.
Not our best week last week, but those happen.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
By the way, there was a man on Twitter that came at me hating on Louis Oosthuizen. Shot 5 over the first day. Followed up with a little 29 on his second 9 Friday. Shoots 64. At one point, got all the way up to 15th in the field. And I was like, here he comes. This could be a sneaky little backdoor good finish. Didn't appreciate the hate. He didn't apologize when Louis was stuck around and made the cut, but whatever.
On the opposite side of that, I started getting a bunch of tweets and messages when Joaquin Niemann was 4 under through 10. And they're like, here he goes. He's doing it. He hit the pin, almost holed out. They're like, here he goes again. I was like, yep, of course. Just like I said, he's going to be fine. Then 7 over for the remainder of the 36 holes, MC, trunk slammer. So things can turn quick in this game, bud.
All right, well, the defending champion, Bryson DeChambeau, will not be in the field this week at the API, but we have a loaded field. And for the favorite this week, I have a feeling that this is going to be a huge year for this guy. He won at the API back in 2018. His number's a little low, but I just think he's going to play really well. It sets up perfect for him. Rory McIlroy, 10-1.
Ooh, okay. Out on a limb. Little 10-1 piece there for Rory. Good spot for him.
I mean, this place gets very firm, very fast. Rory hits it to the moon. He's a great iron player. I was around him at Riviera. The driver, as always, looks incredible. It's a weapon. He just seems to be in a really good place in life, too. And a happy Rory normally leads to really good golf. I'm looking forward to Rory having a big 2022.
Yep. I memean, there ain't no reason to doubt that. I wanted to go up top, too, and pick Jon Rahm, especially coming off the heels of a bad week for him at Riv. But 8-1. I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? I need a little more juice than that. So at the top of my board, I'm going back to the well. Picked this man at Riv. Came damn close. Finished fourth out there, but Viktor Hovland, 14-1. He's finished top 4 in 3 of his last 5, including 2 wins during that time, the Hero and Mayakoba. I mean, we don't need to talk about his ball striking. We all know about it. He's one of the best drivers in the world, one of the best iron players in the world. Short game, but getting better. Putter's plenty good. So good week at Riv. I look for him to continue that. I just think he just gives himself so many chances, tee to green, that these places where that's paramount. I love Vic, so 14-1. Let's run it back.
And he's delivered 2 wins for us here on Golf Subpar. Can he make it a third this 21-22 season?
Going to win some big events.
I mean, this is a ball strikers golf course. I've played here many a times. This is built for Viktor Hovland, no doubt about it. You go a little further down the list, I'm going off a guy I talked to his swing coach, Mark Blackburn, a lot. You know, he tied for 5th at the Honda last week. He seems to be trending in the right direction. A golf course where you got to be a big hitter. Gary Woodland, 50-1. I just think good golf is coming for Gary.
It was good to see G-Dub have himself a week last week. It's been coming.
He 3-putted 18 from 6 feet.
He did. Did you text him?
Of course. As soon as he finished, I'm like, why would you do that?
Nice finish, numbnuts.
Yeah.
They're still giving away money.
Hey, you don't have to hit 6-footers 12 feet, okay? You just rammed it by. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know it's been a while, but chill out on the 72nd when you got big money putts. But it was good to see G-Dub back in the house playing some good golf. I'm going a little further down the list as well, and I'm going with a familiar name from last year. I don't know that I've talked about him a lot this year. 55-1, sitting there. One of the best strikers of the rock on tour. Flusher is what we like to call this guy. Corey Connors, okay? I'm going with him. He's had a little time off after the Genesis. Get things right, come back. But just another guy that's just going to pound fairways, pound greens. Putter. Excuse me.
Oh, wow. What was that?
Long weekend, bud. You know what I mean? But he's just going to pound fairways, pound greens. And the harder it is from tee to green, the better I like Corey Connors. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with one of my faves. You know, I love this man. 55-1.
He had a little time off. He took 1 week off.
1 week. That's plenty of time. How much time do you need?
All right. Well, API is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to give you one more, a little further down the list.
Ooh, bonus
His
ball.
numbers are very, very good. He's got some of the best numbers at Bay Hill, but obviously has never hoisted the trophy. But he got a PGA Tour win earlier this year, 65-1. Luke List. Look out for him this week around the API.
Lukey.
So, right there. So make sure you go download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Use promo code SUBPAR. Get amongst it with our people over at FanDuel. It's going to be a great week, and we got another incredible episode coming to you next week. World number 2, and arguably the most perfect human we've ever sat with on Golf Subpar, Colin Morikawa joins us. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll talk to you on next week's Golf Subpar.